when we got back to Chicago, we were involved in the regional consults, and the one I went on to was in Charleston, West Virginia. And this was well after the Wyden consult, and so I'd been there before, but Elaine Stover said one night, we're going to a place called Institute, West Virginia. And they had a town meeting 5-6 years ago in 1976. And we wanted to see what they did. And so we went into this community center this evening, which was an old school. And they told the story of what happened in the town meeting. And you have to understand that this town in West Virginia is half black and half white. And they're on two sides of the town. And this school building was sitting right on the line, symbolically. And it had been vacated, and all the windows were broken, and they built a new school someplace else. And the people said, we'd like to turn this school into a community center. And the community council said, and they went to the community council and said, and the council said, if you replace all the windows and they don't get broken for a certain period of time, then we'll let you have the community center. So they collected a bunch of money, replaced all the windows, and then put somebody there at the building 24 hours a day for a month. And then went back to the city council, and of course none of the windows got broken, and they said, okay, none of the windows got broken, we want it for a community center. And so they had a senior center in there, they had a youth center in there, they had woodworking, they had quilt making, they had sports, youth at all levels, and just all kinds of activities. And of course they reported this at this meeting that evening when we were there. And reported this had all happened subsequent to the town meeting, as a result of the town meeting. And then Elaine said, well, what else happened? Oh, we also, what was the name of the company? Union Carbide had a plant there, okay? And so they got Union Carbide to buy a rescue squad for the community. And they had put in a new sewer system, and I mean it just went right down the line, and these were all things that came out of the town meeting. And so then they asked the question, well, what are you going to do next? Well, we need new fire truck, and we need new water system, and it's going to happen. I mean, the whole, it all came out of the town meeting. And 2 years later, I read that Union Carbide had the same incident happen at Institute, West Virginia, that there was in India with Bhopal, India. And I said to myself, but they will deal with it. That community will survive because of what I knew about the community. And it's just interesting that the name of it was the Institute too. I mean, it just so coincidental that, and I was just so grateful to have gone to that meeting that night and seen what had happened. Another thing that we had been involved in. And think to yourself, how many other communities out of the 5,000 have stories similar to this, to similar degrees? I know there's others.